want to welcome in now Iowa Congresswoman Miller-Meeks, who also serves on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, which held field hearings at the border. Congresswoman, it's great to have you in with us again. Thanks so much for being with me today this Friday.
Thank you, Bianca. It's great to be with you.
It's so upsetting to know about the fentanyl, the connection to China, which helps Mexico produce this, bring it across our border. Tell us about what's being done in what you're hearing from the folks and these field agents as today, because it does seem like this administration has not put a focus at all on fentanyl.
Well, I think that was one of the most disappointing things about the State of the Union address, was that there was no policy or robust policy for what is called an epidemic. And this has been called an epidemic not by conservatives or Republicans, but by the CDC, by the Washington Post, by the Council on Foreign Relations. So we know in 2020 that there were 91,799 deaths, drug overdoses, 53,000 of those related to fentanyl. In 2021, there were 106,000 to 107,000, depending on the source you read, drug overdose deaths, 70,000 of which were related to fentanyl. And this is the #1 killer now of those individuals between 18 and 45 years of age. So young people. The majority of this is coming across our southern border. And I would just like to put a myth. Republicans don't assert that the record numbers of illegal immigrants coming across the border are carrying drugs. What we do say, and what we have heard every time we have been to the border, is that the cartels are in control of the border, that they use illegal immigrants and human smuggling to distract and to occupy the Border Patrol agents, and then bring drugs across through another part of the border. So they're coming through the southern border. We have no policy provisions for doing that. The House, we have a bill called Halt Fentanyl, which is to make scheduling fentanyl.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's pretty obvious that our border is open, and the cartels, as you mentioned, are thriving with what's going on. And, you know, there's growing calls to impeach Secretary Mayorkas. It does seem like there is some support that's growing, even louder calls. Let's take a listen to what Speaker McCarthy said yesterday in response to that.
This has got to stop. And it starts with the Secretary of Homeland. Stop lying to the American public. Tell them the truth, what's happening, and change back the regulation that we had before so our border can be secure.
So we have a GOP-controlled House, not a Senate, though, Congresswoman. How close do you think we could get to impeaching Mayorkas? It does seem like there's a clear dereliction of duty.
Well, I think, you know, what's happening is that the Biden administration is not enforcing our laws on the book. The Border Patrol agents are not getting the support that they need from ICE in deporting people. So, you know, Mayorkas will say that the border is secure, operationally secure, because we're processing people. You know, the last time I was at the border in San Diego, so I was at the border this past couple of days with Energy and Commerce, as you said, to address the fentanyl crisis and how it is related to a border that is not secure. When I was in San Diego with Senator Ernst, I mean, they say that they're not getting the assistance that they need. They're not getting the help that they need. They need prosecutions. But we have, you know, we know what comes across the border that we interdict when it comes to ports of entry. But that's only 5 to 15% of the illegal drugs that are coming in this country. So absolutely, we need to do something about the border. We need operational control. And you're right. We do not have the Senate. The House will investigate Mayorkas, will put pressure on him. But the other thing we were told was that the policies that were put in place under the Trump administration were working to slow the flow of illegal immigrants and also fentanyl.
Clearly. Right. Clearly, things were much different then, and we see the record numbers, unfortunately. Wish we had more time, Congresswoman. We got to leave it there. Appreciate you joining us today. Very important issues, fentanyl on the border. Miller-Meeks, please join us again.
Thank you so much for having me.